ex-No Jumper employee, Brandon Bucci, the Bear, has some comments on Kevin McCall's mental breakdown. I say it's a mental breakdown because that's what I feel it is. I'm going to just be honest with you. And he also got some thoughts on everybody using EBT. Let's see what he's talking about. What's the righteous word? It's your boy Gangland Niem, aka Neiman, I before the E. Man, golly, I don't know y'all remember that. And we back with another video. New video. I was gonna do this Kevin McCall mental breakdown, but I was watching, I was just like, damn, I ain't know really what to say, whatever. And then I come across Bucci and his comments on it. And we'll get into this. If this is your first time to the channel, like and subscribe off the back. Off the back, don't troll me. If this is your first time to the channel, shame on you. But we'll get into the little piece of the clip that he has here, and then I'll just say my piece, and I'll let Bucci do what he does best. Talk. But shout out to all the good subs. Greatly appreciate y'all. Shout out back on Figg. You know what I'm talking about?
I didn't get paid for Look at Me Now. I wrote on that. I wrote a whole verse, then Busta Rhymes cut the verse off, but I still did this part. What was we talking about? I need that bread. All this shit could have been shit I could have paid for my lawyers and shit. So I just lost both of my daughters is in Atlanta right now. I don't know what the fuck is in Atlanta. I lost rights to my daughter, my oldest.
So you lost all custody.
Like my child support is $2,000, right? Deuces ain't been popping since 2012. Why is my child support $2,000? So I had all this back pay. Then I sold my catalog for $500,000. I only got $250,000 out of it. I bought my mama a house for $50,000, and then I had to pay all this child support shit off. Why was my child support $2,000? I'm not Future or none of these. Like, watch this. Why the fuck I got an EBT card? And this nigga Breezy Bro and made 90 whatever the fuck million, and it say KKKKK Max. Can I get 25,000 for them four songs I owe you, bro? I just want to leave, bro.
Leading up to who he is.
I'm not even tripping though. I got an EBT card, my nigga. Like, what the fuck, bro? I can't even get nothing, bro, man. Y'all niggas want to see a nigga crying here, so y'all can think I'm a.
Nah, bro.
Fuck, that shit ain't fair, nigga.
Hey,
I'm on EBT, bro.
Hey,
that's why.
Bro.
Hey, look, bro.
I'm down, bro.
Say my name, bro. That shit is better. I had to go up in that motherfucker and hide my face with a mask like COVID, bro.
Don't act like every nigga ain't had no motherfucking EBT
card.
On the set, that nigga had an EBT card.
Man, I might get an EBT. I walk in the building and look at me crazy.
Let me tell you this.
Man, I don't know what.
I'm not laughing at Kevin McCall loving his smack like, I got EBT right now. Everybody got EBT. Look, this is what I want to say though. As far as the Kevin McCall situation goes, for me that was like some mental health stuff. I just saw an interview on the Breakfast Club. Shout out to the Breakfast Club. They was interviewing Gucci and his wife, and he was talking about mental health, and he's schizophrenic or whatever. Not saying that Kevin McCall is schizophrenic, but I do believe that this is some mental health stuff right here. I'm gonna just be honest with you, because for you to get on the platform and decide to do that, like, man, you know, it's all these people in there watching you. You know, this is going to get a moment unless that's what you wanted. They're talking about this everywhere. You know what I mean? And I think that it's embarrassing. I think unless this was planned out, I don't know, he's an actor and some more stuff. I don't know, but I think that looks embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? And for me, just the whole breakdown. He's sitting up there crying. He got the EBT card in his hand. For me, that's like some mental, it's like some mental health stuff. You feel me? I don't think that's nothing to be taken lightly. For you to come on this platform, like, I'm not quite sure what he's talking about. Because I didn't get to catch that. I'm not quite sure what he's talking about. If you are on EBT and you're wanting money from Chris Brown and this, that, and the other, then what exactly did you come to back on Figg to talk about? No disrespect. You know what I mean? Then you get up there and do that. I just think it's like some mental health stuff. But we're going to get into Bucci's comments about the situation. Prayers to Kevin McCall, because obviously he's going through something. That's what anybody who watched that clip could tell. I'm saying, I don't know whose fault it is. I don't know what's going on, but you could tell the man's going through something. So prayers up to him, man. You know what I mean? But let's get into Bucci the Bear. See what we talking about. See what Bucci the Bear talking about.
Look at me
I got
crazy.
EBT
Let me
right
tell
now.
you this.
I got EBT right now.
Man, I don't know what's going on in the Figg community, world community, but this R&B singer, Kevin McCall, you remember that dude from Deuces, Chris Brown, Look at Me Now. I believe he was involved with the writing of these songs. These were mega hits from Chris Brown. This dude just got on Figg Community World crying about the fact that he has no money now, even though he was a part of what I...
Bucci, where is your neck? Bucci, where the hell has your neck gone, man? Bucci, that's crazy. Bucci's shirt collar sit under his chin. Like, Bucci, where is your neck? I'm sorry, man. I'm just looking at him on this screen. Look like Head and Shoulders, golly. All right.
I would say some of the biggest songs in Chris Brown's singing career. But bro gets on the internet and cries and pulls out an EBT card and says that, like a bitch, for real, I can't get nothing. Somehow.
Yo, why is that like a bitch, Bucci? Like, come on, Bucci don't got no empathy for his people. I'ma just be honest, like, golly, bruh, why he gotta be like a bitch? You ain't never cried when you was sad, Bucci? Anybody call you a bitch, man? Like, come on, you could tell this man is going through something, just like I explained earlier. And that's why it's like, bro, why use this type of verbiage when referring to the man? Like, come on, bro.
Blaming, I don't know who, the world, the universe, because he only received $250,000 when he sold his musical catalog for $500,000. Then he went and bought his mama a house. I mean, he gives you a quick little rundown of his financial ignorance, his bad investments. But this guy cries and pulls out an EBT card and basically reveals.
See, and that's the thing for me. Bucci just said it right there, poor financial investments. Like, brother, why you don't get on here and if you know these good financial investments, these lucrative financial investments, why not just make a video about that? Why call the man a bitch? And why not talk about how that's a problem with our youth in the industry? They not properly investing they bread, bro. Why not get on here and teach folks something instead of just, you know what I'm saying? Instead of just calling them all out his name because he was in a vulnerable moment. That's wild. You know what I'm saying? Bucci, you sound like you know some stuff. What's the stuff, man?
To the world that he is broke, right? And he asks for money from Chris Brown. He says, oh, can I get $25,000 for the 4 songs that I owe you something? This is all between them. But the only reason I'm even talking about this is because we all know what's going on with the government, the federal shutdown, and the situation with EBT most likely not being a thing come November 1st for 42 million Americans because there will be no funds for it. These are the type of people who are receiving EBT. I know they give you like the single mother and, you know, the overweight white woman living in a trailer park with the, you know, 10 kids, whatever. I know that these are the heart-wrenching images that they show you to make you feel dumb enough to continue to support Democrats, even though they are the ones who are responsible for the EBT not coming. We know they show you these heartbreaking images to get you to hate the president, Donald Trump, all that. But there's just this part of me that really doesn't feel sorry for, you know, EBT recipients, because I know that within the spectrum or the
I already know what Bucci about to get at. It's corruption in everything. There's corruption in every single thing. Religion, politics, business. It's corruption in everything, bro. So don't try to make it, oh, I don't feel bad about 41 million people not receiving EBT when a lot of these people actually need these benefits. Yeah, there are outliers, people who be doing scamming and this, that, and the other. I already know what he's going to get at. You know what I'm saying? I already know what he's going to get at. And don't conflate the two. I think that's the shit I be talking about. Like how bro approach things. Like, that's predictable, bro. I'm sure that's what he's going to say. Anyway, let's continue.
Within the demographic that receives EBT, I know that you have people like Kevin McCall who, I mean, bro, you chose to be an R&B singer. No one forced you to do that. And when you had hit songs out, you reaped all the benefits of those songs. When you sold your catalog for $500,000, more money than most people will see in their entire lifetime, and you received $250,000, which you mentioned like it's nothing, like it's just a notch on the belt, or like you dismissed it. You made a bunch of bad financial investments. Hey, buddy, instead of spending $50,000 on buying mom a new house, which it couldn't have been much of a house for $50,000.
And mind you, benefits like government benefits is not just for people who don't have a job. Like, if you're homeless or jobless, yeah, you could get benefits as well. But there's a lot of people around here who do have jobs. But this is the thing. The cost of living is so damn high around this month that you need extra assistance. You know what I'm saying? So you can have a job, but that job don't suffice for everything that you need to do. So you need a little more. So you don't, you know what I mean? And again, I don't know nothing about Kevin McCall and his financial situation except for what he explained there. But it sounded like he broke. And somebody who could use government assistance. It don't matter about what he did in the past. What difference does that make? It ain't working now. Like, I don't understand that, but let's continue.
$1,000. Why didn't you just say, no, mom, stay where you are. Let me take this $250,000, put it in the S&P 500, put it, you know, attach it to the NASDAQ, attach it to the Dow Jones, investment vehicles that have been proven to, you know, they've been proven to give significant returns year after year. He didn't say any of that. Why didn't he get with a financial advisor and say, hey, how do I grow this $250,000 into $250 million?
And see, and that's my issue right there. I think that's a problem with a lot of the youth that get bread, whether it be athletes, rappers, singers, entertainers, whatever. Yo, everybody's not financially savvy. You get what I'm saying? You hear about these stories even from like the older rappers, but what they was doing and they didn't know about this and they didn't know about that. It needs to be more people talking about these investment vehicles that could give you substantial returns yearly. You need to make a 15-minute video about that, Bucci. If you know these different things, bust some of that down so people know what's going on. A lot of these kids is just getting bread and running through the bread. They don't know nothing about financial advisors and all that because they come from a certain place and what they see is, I have a bag now. I can pay for things. I wasn't able to pay for things before. So that's what they thinking about. I think it need to be a lot of different stuff put in place where you know, folks can learn how to invest their money and shit like that. You know what I mean? Not just shame them Bucci the Bear.
How long will that take? I understand that, you know, we get some bread. We is black. Now I get that. We get a little bread and we want, you know, we want to splurge a little, have a little fun, let people know that we, you know, we got it like that. Hey, my brother, you could have did that with 50,000. You could have did that with 30,000. Hell, you could have did that with 20,000. You know, these chicks is going for pennies on the dollar. So I don't understand. It take about $2,000 to look like you the man in the club. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not a whole lot of money. Yeah, it's just people with this entitled attitude who feel like when I'm on top, F the world, but then when I hit hard times or when I squander, you know, the money that I've earned.
See, what Bucci's saying sounds specific too. You act like you know the man's situation, like you know he was in the club tricking off dollars or something. Again, I don't know what's up with the man, where the money went or anything. You heard him say that he had to pay some crazy amount in child support. That took basically the rest of the money that he had. So, but you make it's like these stereotypes and shit Bucci be doing, like, you know, we is black. You know, how do you know that he was tricking off his bread? How do you know that, bro? I don't know. Bucci crazy, my boy.
Now the world owes me.
And he also said, yeah, and when you was up on top of the world, you didn't care about anybody else. That's so specific to me to say about this situation, and even generalizing something like that. Like, what do you mean? When you're at the top, you're not thinking about, how you know niggas ain't thinking about nobody? Like, what do you mean? I'm just confused.
And life is not fair, and why can't I get a break? And why can't Chris Brown give me an advance? Listen, I love Chris Brown like everybody else. He's a great artist. But you want me to tell you something about Chris Brown? The difference between him and a bum like Kevin McCall? Chris Brown been through what I would say way worse situations than Kevin McCall. Way worse. The thing with Rihanna, bro done been in hostage situations, crazy stuff.
Okay, so Bucci got a crush on Chris Breezy. Okay, I get it. Bucci got a little crush. Bucci got a little light-skinned crush. Okay, I get it. Chris Breezy like the same complexion as Jalik. Okay, I get it. All right. Okay, I get it. Because I'm just like, what's going on? Like, what is it? Why is Kevin McCall a bum, gang? I'm just so confused. Like, you know this man personally or something, unless Bucci know Kevin McCall from the streets or something. I don't know. He's been through way worse than I can think. And from the Rihanna thing, like, what are you talking about, dude? Chris Brown beat the shit out of Rihanna.
But he always stayed focused on what was most important, the music. And he kept working. He kept getting in that studio. He kept singing. He kept shaking his ass. He kept doing the things that led to him becoming more famous. And the biggest thing is he took accountability. He actually publicly took accountability for the mistakes that he made that led to him ending up in the negative situations that he was in. He left them white girls alone for the most part, and I think that's doing a lot for him and keeping him, you know, as far as keeping him free and out of jail. I don't see that from Kevin McCall. I see Kevin McCall on Figg Munity with one arm T-Rail, just basically crying like a hoe, blaming the world for his problems or blaming his problems on somebody else and begging for money from a bigger artist. Now, he talked about the Breezy Bowl and how he's still on EBT. Now, let me tell you about these artists, bro. These artists will have a pocket full of money and still be on EBT and lie to you. Because a lot of them, they'll get money under the table, they'll get money off the back end, they'll put money into like LLCs, companies, limited liability companies, things like that, to where the money doesn't track directly back to them. If he's smart, that's what smart people do. Hopefully he's doing that. He could be getting money for all we know and going to the government to the state government.
Kevin McCall ain't getting no money, gang. Pulling out an EBT card and crying back on Figg. That's a broken man. That's a man dealing with some things. And I don't know if he get no LLC or under the table money. Gang, for a display like that back on Figg, I don't know if he's getting no under the table bread, bro. Just throwing it out there.
And applying for EBT benefits, electronic benefits transfer, basically welfare, and having that too. Listen, I used to work at a grocery store. During my time working at that grocery store, I would go and pick up other hours in Hollywood at another location. You wouldn't believe how many people have EBT. You wouldn't believe the amount of Teslas and Mercedes and everything else that you see people rolling up in, and they come to the cash register to pay for their food, and they probably pull out an EBT card.
Bro not lying. Bro's not lying at all. But this is what I'm gonna tell you too, right? I live in an area, it's a diverse area, but it's more white people than anything. It's Mexicans, whites, blacks, everybody, but it's more white people than anything. This is what I'm gonna tell you. It's a 99-cent store up the street from my crib, right? And I'll go in there to grab little stuff, you know what I'm saying? And he not lying. It'll be people pulling up in Bentleys. I'm not even lying to y'all. Bentleys, Range Rovers, G-Wagons, right? To the 99-cent store, mind you. Again, I don't shop in the 99-cent store. When I say grabbing little stuff like chips or whatever my kid like, little candies, whatever, stuff like that. But they hop out of these Range Rovers and G-Wagons and have a basket full of at the 99-cent store and pay with EBT. He ain't lying about that, but this is what I'm going to tell you too. It be a whole bunch of white folks. And I mean, that's not me trying to be racist or anything, but every time I see it, it's white folks. And you know what I think? I think it's probably these stay-at-home mothers maybe who they probably don't got no job. They husband doing whatever they doing, and they can get benefits because they don't have a job. This is the way our government had it set up. Just throwing it out there. Just throwing that out there. But he not lying about that. I used to be tripping out about that. At first, I was tripping like why are they going to the 99-cent store in the 99-cent store with a basket full of shit, right? With G-Wagon keys. But then pull out an EBT, I be mind blown. What the fuck? I don't know. But anyway, let's continue. I'm spending my money. I need EBT. Gang, I need EBT. Somebody plug me down, gang.
That's one of the big scams that take place in a state like California, where you have even multi-millionaires who are receiving EBT benefits. I believe there was a big case a couple of years back where a woman owned like multi-million-dollar properties and she was on EBT. I remember a woman that I knew who made a lot of money. She actually had maybe 2 or 3 EBT cards in her name, different family members' names, and she bragged about the fact that she could apply for electronic benefits, welfare, online, and basically there was no questions asked, and she was able to receive an EBT card and start spending. People even know people who work within the infrastructure or framework of the county, and they work in that Department of Social Services, and they are able to help people out, fudge the numbers, help people exploit loopholes that allow them to receive benefits that they are not entitled to.
Like I said, that's everything though. Politics, religion, business. There's corruption in everything, my boy. Everything.
Kevin McCall, all the crybaby shit, and then you could see that it's probably like some type of play, not from Figg Munity, but he even has a friend with him. I don't know who the guy is. He's sitting behind him over his right shoulder if we're turned around. And that dude's like, hey, bro, like trying to stop him from humiliating himself by basically telling the world that he is unable, he is financially or fiscally irresponsible, and now he is receiving welfare or benefits. What's keeping McCall from getting a job? I don't think anyone knows him like that. He ain't had a hit since 2012. And when he had the hit, he was a person who wasn't even really featured in the hit, because when I think of Deuces or Look at Me Now, I only think of Chris Brown. I didn't even remember bro's face, honestly. So it's not like he couldn't go get a decent job at McDonald's or something like that and try to make ends meet. There's a lot of jobs in California. That's
what I'm saying. You'll go to McD's, get the job flipping Big Macs and all that, and you'll still be on EBT. You can still qualify for EBT. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's not even speaking on that. Like, what do you mean? It's a bunch of people out here with 9-to-5s, and they 9-to-5s ain't doing them because nobody's paying you enough for the cost of living. Our minimum wage do not reflect the cost of living, the cost of survival out here. And that's the issue. Like, I don't know what do you mean? Even if he went and flipped burgers, he could probably still get EBT. What are you talking about?
Work from home jobs, right? There are online jobs. There's delivery jobs. There's jobs where you don't even have to show your face. There's overnight jobs. You can go sit in a parking lot in your car as a security guard and never interact with anyone but your supervisor. Why was Kevin McCall unable to do that? And one thing that comes with fame is connections. So you're telling me you don't know anybody who could have hooked you up with a little easy job that pays a decent amount of money to help you make ends meet? Someone could even hook you up with a job where you get paid under the table, right? You can sing, right? You're a singer. You know how many weddings need people to perform at them? Do you know how many live music bars and clubs are all over the country that you can go to and say, hey, look, I'm in a little...
Look, I'm the type of brother, if I knew this stuff, right? How matter of factly Bucci is saying it, I would reach out to Kevin McCall. I'll reach out to Kevin McCall, get him a wedding singer gig. I'd offer him some security gigs. Straight up. Instead of getting on here and dogging the man for being low, because that's what it is. No matter what he had or whatever, right now he low. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Why don't you provide some resources, Bucci the bear?
Downturn in my career, and I'm willing to come and, gyrate my butt cheeks on stage for you to make for some money. There's work. There's work out here, especially in a state like California. This dude is a bum. He's a musician. I get the passion for music, but he does not want to work, period. He doesn't want to work creatively, which is what I'm doing right now while having a job, taking time out to make this video. And he doesn't want to work as a regular, everyday citizen or employee. So you don't want to work in your field of expertise, and you don't want to work, a regular job. So you're going down to get electronic benefits or welfare.
And this is all him assuming from the clip. Just throwing that out there. This is all him. This is him assuming all this from the clip. Because who's to say the man haven't tried to get a job in the industry, writing, doing songs, whatever it may be? Who's to say that he didn't go to whatever local business to try to get a job like that? Who's to say that that he hasn't done that? This is just, bro just speaks so matter-of-factly. That's why I'm like, do he know Kevin McCall or Chris Brown? Damn, Breezy, Bucci? I see you got a crush.
And you cry and make everyone feel bad because you are making the choices that led to that situation. But look, I could be wrong. Let me know what you think in the comments. Am I being insensitive? Am I being a jerk or a-hole? Or am I dead on about Kevin McCall and his bum-ass attempt to garner sympathy from a unsuspecting audience?
Boy, I don't know what you're grabbing at. The neck ain't there. I don't know what you're grabbing at, but ain't no neck there, gang. Oh, man. But this is what I'm going to say. I feel Bucci made some points there. I just don't like the tone of it all. Again, I think Kevin McCall is dealing with some mental health issues. I think that anybody in their right mind could kind of see that, you know what I mean? To speculate on his financial situation or him being lazy and not wanting to work. I know some people who's lazy and don't want to work, right? But I know them firsthand. You know what I'm saying? This isn't from a clip and me just assuming all this stuff. You assuming he didn't try to get a job in the industry. You assuming he didn't try to get a regular citizen job. You know what I'm saying? So for you to call him a bum because he's going through hardship is crazy to me. And again, people talk about these investment vehicles that can garner you substantial annual returns. Why you ain't list some of them in here? You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no neck. I don't know what you reaching for. Why you didn't mention some of those in the video or do a video on that? Because I'd like to know some of that stuff too, bro. Everybody ain't savvy like that. And if you somebody who claim that they have the knowledge, then put people up on game. And again, if you got some connections or some resources, just throwing it out there. If you got some connections or some resources, right? Then why don't you provide them? Now just tap in with the boy. Tap in with Kevin McCall. Just hit him on the DMs. It's just simple as that. That's my feelings, though. You know? But, again, prayers to Kevin McCall because he's definitely going through something. And, you know, I hope he gets through that. But what I need y'all to do is tap that link on the screen and sub up to Just Niem. That's the second channel, y'all. Please and thank you. Shout out to everybody who's clicking that link. I'm seeing what it's doing, and I'm loving it. I appreciate the support. You know what I'm saying? That's everything other than no jumper over there. People are like, oh, man, you're cool. You can do all this stuff. Then go over there and support it, please. Now, if this is your first time to the channel, please like, subscribe, comment, and share, please, and thank you. We need that for the algorithm. If you go to the top of the page, smash that Instagram link. Follow me on Instagram. Shoot me any content y'all want me to react to there. Also, join up in the Discord. Good people, positive vibes 100% of the time. Good community over there in Discord. Make sure y'all tap in over there. But what I like y'all to do is comment down below and let me know what y'all think, man. Is Bucci wrong? Is Bucci right? Do you like the manner in which Bucci was speaking about his fellow brother who have fallen on hard times? Because I don't, Bucci the Bear. You're insensitive, but y'all let me know in the comments. It's your boy Gangland Niem. Peace.